What's going on, everyone? So Christmas may have came in July for the Los Angeles Lakers with Dalton Knecht. Dalton Knecht has been very impressive, particularly this last game, but even just kind of the last two games, really. And you've seen it. You've seen him kind of begin to settle in and get his stride. Talked about it after game one. I was like, hey, look, he looked good. Right? He's showing the things that you want to see from him. His ability to elevate, shoot over the top, get to his spots. Right? I talked about his playmaking a little bit. I talked about all the things that you want to see from Dalton Knecht. He was showing you. It was just, hey, we just need to see his shot actually start falling. And little by little, you're starting to see that. And you saw that heavily in the last game. I mean, he shot 50% from the field, 25 points, 5 of 11 from 3, 9 of 18 total. Got 6 rebounds, 4 assists, 1 steal, 1 block. Look, JJ Redick has even talked about how he's been working with him heavily on, basically both sides of the basketball, but just kind of certain positionings and stuff like that. The beauty that I think Dalton Knecht brings is obviously the shooting is the easy thing to point to and go, oh, that's Dalton Knecht, right? But it's his playmaking ability, even the way he keeps the ball live, right? He's always constantly looking ahead to push the ball down the court. He's willing to give up the hockey assist. But another area is just him being able to get to his spots and elevate, right? One of the things that I talked about Dalton Knecht is I thought he could be a real replacement for Taurean Prince, and I thought that he is actually more versatile and just better than what Taurean Prince is. Taurean Prince is kind of more three-point, which, again, is proven in the league as a three-point shooter. More of this knockdown three, and occasionally could put it on the deck, kind of use the pump fake, put it on the deck and get to the basket. Not really crazy athletic, not really, very explosive. But he is a crafty vet that has been able to kind of have success in those areas. Where the thing that I talked about most with Dalton Knecht is particularly the mid-range, is where I think he's going to be so valuable. I mean, even the commentary on the Laker game talked about the mid-range and said, some of the greatest shots in NBA history have all came from the mid-range. And he's right, because the mid-range is so important. Look at the Lakers, the 2 games that Jamal Murray ended up hitting the game winner, right? First one was, on the corner, right? On the elbow at 15 feet, right? Elevate, shoots over the top of Anthony Davis. The other play is Jamal Murray coming down. Austin Reeves is the front man. They set a pick to get Austin Reeves trailing. Anthony Davis comes over to help, right? And Jamal Murray just stops, elevates, knocks down the midi, right? It was, about free throw line extended, right? That area. So to me, it's those are the things that are very valuable. Look at the teams throughout history that have success in the playoffs. It's teams that have guys or multiple guys that can knock down the mid-range. Why? Because the mid-range is so valuable because it's open regularly. Teams make such an emphasis on protecting the paint and closing out hard on the three-point line. So you see, little pump fake, boom, couple steps in, and you're elevating, you're rising up, and you're able to knock down the shot. Dalton Knecht has shown that ability to not just pump fake, step in, boom, knock down the midi, but his ability to just use that explosiveness. He is very athletic, right? He's not like, Anthony Edwards, Zach LaVine athletic, but he's very athletic, right? A lot of people, talk about Austin Reeves, you got another Austin Reeves. He's more athletic than Austin Reeves, right? He still needs improvement. There's definitely still areas in which he needs to be better in, particularly the defensive side. It's not all just sunshines and rainbows, right? It's not like he's coming in, it's like, man, this guy's the best player in the league already. Let's go. We got ourselves the next MJ, right? No, it's not like that. But it is incredibly promising. And the thing that I love, and then we'll touch on the defense some more, but the thing that I love the most is he's doing this even through the chaos that is the Summer League, right? Summer League is very chaotic. You're not really running, you're surrounded by a bunch of mediocre talent compared to NBA scale, right? Not saying that some of these guys will always be, but I'm talking about you think of the average NBA team and roster compared to the average Summer League roster. It's 90% of the guys on the roster aren't even going to make a team. They're going to be playing overseas at some point, right? Very few guys that get into it. So not only are you playing with, less superior talent, but you're also not really playing organized, right? Like, teams don't really play very organized. Yes, they run sets. Yeah, they get into actions, but guys want to be the star in Summer League, right? Like, guys are doing too much more times than not to prove that, like, I can be this, I can be that. Hey, look, I just went 7 of 10 from 3-point range. And it's like, that's great, but we're evaluating you as a point guard. And you didn't have an assist, right? Like, those are the kind of things where it's like, you want to see, what does Dalton Knecht do surrounded by, like, LeBron James and Anthony Davis? The attention that they draw and they bring. Right? Austin Reeves even being able to suck in the defense and kick it out. Like, Dalton Knecht being able to do what he's been able to do all Summer League, really. Right? It's not just been these last 2 games. It's been all Summer League. I've talked about it all Summer League. Right? The California Classic thing. It's just his shot wasn't falling. Now his shot is falling. But if you've been paying attention, he's done and displayed everything you want to display, but his shot just wasn't falling, so it wasn't sexy. It wasn't like, oh man, dude dropped 25, let's go. No, it was, oh man, dude had 12 on, like, 5 of 16 shooting or whatever, right? Whatever it was, right? So that, you're just kind of like, but if you watch, it's like, no, like, yes, he struggled to shoot, but he got everything he wanted. He got his plays. He rolls to the basket strong. He's physical, finishes through contact, right? He can be explosive. We've seen those explosive dunks, right? He doesn't quit on plays. Like, the guy has been A1. Needs to improve on the defensive side. Now, because of his size, his length, and his athleticism, I don't necessarily think he'll be this elite defensive player, but I think he'll be good. Right? I think if you really kind of hone in and he really buys in on that defensive side of things, I think he'll be a good defensive player. We were like, oh man, like, he's holding his own against the guys in the league, right? We've even seen Austin Reeves do that, right? Austin Reeves was atrocious defensively during the regular season, but in the playoffs against Denver, he was actually very good defensively. Again, not elite, not anything like that, but he was holding his own. He was playing some really good defense. I think Dalton Knecht can be a good defense player. Also, what does he look like defensively, slotted alongside other defenders, right? You look at this Summer League team, they are terrible defensively. Outside of, like, Bronny James, Maxwell Lewis has shown some nice defensive stance. But Bronny James has basically been, they're by far their best defensive guy, right? But when you look at the Lakers' main roster, one, you got Anthony Davis, right? I mean, he covers so much ground and makes up for so many mistakes. So you got Anthony Davis. 2, unless they trade Jared Vanderbilt, but hopefully they don't, right? 2, you're probably slotted alongside Jared Vanderbilt at times, right? If Knecht plays the 2, you got Vando at the 3, 80 at the 5. Right there, again, you just need to be serviceable, right? It's harder to play defense when everyone around you is not. It's harder to play defense when everyone around you is terrible defensively. It's a lot easier to play defense when you have a guy like a Jared Vanderbilt, like an Anthony Davis, like a Gabe Vincent, right? I guarantee you, if you slot Dalton Knecht, Gabe Vincent at the point, Knecht at the 2, Vando at the 3, Davis at the 5, and then whoever else, right? You go Rui at the 4 because, he's better defensively at the 4. Whatever, Christian Wood showed some good defense last year on numerous occasions, right? However you want to structure it. I actually think people will be like, oh, wow, Dalton Knecht's actually good defensively. Because he moves well, he stays in front of guys. He's done a good job of when he gets beat, getting back. A lot of young guys don't do that. A lot of young guys get beat, and they just go, man, he got me. I'll get it next time. No, he sticks with it. He's had a couple sequences where he got beat and was able. He had one against. It was in the California Classic. Was it might have been it might have been the Sacramento game. I don't remember. No, I think it was the second. But whatever. One of the games, he had one where he got beat off the corner, and the guy was running baseline. He recovered and was able to get back and contest the shot. He ended up fouling the guy, and I mean, he did. He like clearly fouled him. But the fact that he, one, didn't quit on the play, and two, was able to get back to recover enough to at least challenge the shot, to me, was very impressive. I don't think Dalton Knecht's going to be that bad defensively. He's a rookie, right? I'm not expecting him to be this elite defensive guy out the gate. I'm not expecting him to even be good out the gate. What I'm talking about in general is I think he will get there. I think he will be a guy that you look at and go, oh man, this guy is a legit 3-and-D guy that can put the ball on the deck, get to the basket, use explosiveness. I am really liking what we're seeing. But my biggest kind of like, didn't see that coming, is his playmaking. And look, he showed a little bit of it in college. He showed a little bit in it with Tennessee. He has a couple like nice just highlight passes and stuff. But the vision has been very impressive at times. And how he's constantly looking to push, right? He's constantly looking for that look-ahead pass. He's constantly looking for the better shot, right? Like, I appreciate that because that's the role he's going to play with the Lakers. If he actually cracks the rotation, which I believe he will. If he does, what are the Lakers going to need him to do? Hold his own on the defensive side, knock down the open shot, on occasion, be able to make a play for yourself, get to the mid-range, get to the basket, create some contact, whatever, right? But also keep the ball moving. Make plays for others, especially with the type of offense that JJ Redick wants to run. He wants to run a lot of sets, a lot of motion offense. So you're going to get plenty of actions where guys aren't really standing there. I mean, J.J. Redick's talked about it heavily. Even talked about Austin Reeves. Like, hey, I need you to work on your conditioning because I can't have you just standing around all game. Right? It's going to be a lot of action, a lot of movement. Right? And Knecht's ability to be a movement shooter, I think, is going to be very impactful. But him and his ability to keep the ball alive and get it and actually make a convincing... Everybody can, you watching this video, could catch the ball and pass it to the open man to the side. That's not difficult. Anybody can do that. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about Knecht reading the defense, seeing the backdoor cut, and boom, delivering it. Him, again, getting the board, coming off, and pushing it ahead. Seeing the open man on the break and be able to put... Those are the things that not everybody does. Even vets in the league don't do those kind of things. So I'm very impressed with his playmaking and how he's been able to approach that. Very excited for Dalton Knecht. There's even an argument to kind of shut him down, right? Like just, don't risk him getting hurt or anything like that. But, I think he's kind of one of the big draws. Bronny too. However you feel about Bronny, he's one of the big draws. But anyway, as always, this is a discussion. Pass a question on you. Let me know your thoughts and opinions down in the comments below. What do you think? How do you feel? What are your thoughts? Do you like Dalton Knecht so far? Have you been impressed with his performance? Do you need to see more? Do you want to see more? Do you think like, I've seen enough. Shut him down. Let's go into the season. Again, however you feel, whatever your thoughts are, I'd love to hear it. So let me know down in the comments below. That being said, if you haven't liked this video, hit that like button. Helps me a lot. Helps me enjoy these types of videos, and I truly appreciate it. Not subscribe to the channel, hit that subscribe button. Turn on the bell notifications. Appreciate y'all. See you in the next one. Thank you.